Hello. Hi. I'm ready to stream. I've never said that ever. I've never been ready to stream. Hi, hello. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today, we're back with another Ace Attorney stream. I severely needed that. Thank you very much. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. We're back with more Ace Attorney, the GOAT. I love this game. This game is very fun. If you guys were not here for the last time, we started the fourth and final episode for this game. For context, it's Ace Attorney, the second game. Final episode of the second game. If you're completely lost and you're like, where's Ace Attorney? The playlists for all the past Ace Attorney streams are down below in the description. Anyway, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the last stream, Maya, our GOAT spirit medium bestie of all time, has been kidnapped. And we need to prove someone innocent to get her back, or else she's gonna die. Anyway, I'm very excited to get into this episode because I have no idea where it's going. The last stream, which was 2 weeks ago, I've been thinking about it and I'm like, I want to see where this goes, and I'm excited to continue today. Anyway, let me say hello to everyone in chat real quick. Hello Silver, hello Saga, happy birthday by the way. Hello Skelly, hello Cody Crew, hello Jetty. You guys all doing great. Glad to have you here. I'm done stalling. We should start because it's already been 5 minutes. We got just under 4 hours of streaming goodness to go. Let's start part 1-2 investigation. Episode 4, farewell my turnabout. I still don't know what turnabout means, but it's fine. I'm going to John Incredible Pizza for my birthday. I hope you have a good meal. I hope the pizza's really good. Also, yes, Cody, I know Handshake won the last fest. Very funny. I definitely lamowed really hard. Gaming game carried for real. A true gaming game diff. Anyway, let's get started. It's Ace Attorney time. We're doing Ace Attorney things. March 21st, 11:34 a.m. Wright & Co. Law offices. Sorry, I have to get back into the zen of this game. It's beautiful. It's honestly a gorgeous game. Well, at least you're able to get Mr. Matt on guard as our client. Speaking of which, Matt on guard, I should probably explain what the case was, what happened, because we did. So basically, me, Pearls, right here, Maya, Goat Spirit Medium, and Mr. Will Powers, the Steel Samurai, or the Steel Samurai actor, per se, were attending a banquet and a little, like, award ceremony. After the award ceremony, 2 stars were involved in a case. One of them accused for murder. The other one, as you can guess, being murdered. Matt on guard is our suspect, and our victim is Mr. Juan Corrida. And what is it called? These two have had a bitter rivalry, sort of, because they're competing shows, which gives him a motive. There's Detective Gumshoe reported there was a large amount of evidence at the scene, almost a little suspicious. The amount of evidence there was. So very curious how this goes. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important, which, by the way, I'm just like dumping exposition at this point. Maya's Magatama is basically a little 9-shaped item that lets us read people's spirits and see if they're lying. and crack them to make them tell the truth. Anyway, sorry. I'm just giving plenty of like context or whatever, because it's been more than a week. Maybe you guys have short-term memory loss. I don't know. I love water. 9 or 9? No, 9. The number 9 in English. I hate Juan. His face is too sly. I can see it. What is he biting on? Is he biting on a blade of grass? They're speaking to a wall right now. Shh, shut up.
So what are we doing? What should we do?
I have to remember everyone's voices again. Well, the trial is tomorrow, and we only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Mr. On Guard's innocence. We have to find the real killer.
Okay, then let's start looking.
Bum, bum. Also, let me know if everything sounds okay, by the way. Just to make sure. I'm going to boost up the game sound a little bit. Hopefully we find Old Bag again. Yeah, Old Bag, the last time we saw her, she was in a space costume, which was interesting. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, a high-class luxury hotel. Actually, the crime happened at the recently completed hotel in the center of the town, the Gatewater Imperial Hotel. Just how far are they going to expand their empire?
Oh, I'll water it.
Ah, it's okay. I already did that.
The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can?
Pearls gets too wound up if she's not doing something to distract herself. I hope Charlie can withstand Typhoon Pearls.
This is the Nickel Samurai, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mr. Nick, please take care of Mystic Maya and be her Nickel Samurai, all right?
Yeah, for some reason, Pearl ships me and Maya, or not me, but Phoenix and Maya together. I don't see it. Sorry, this track bangs. My desk. Since I don't have time to sit, it's usually clean.
Oh, I cleaned it up some more for you last night. Because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, Pearl's a little distraught at the news of Maya being kidnapped. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me.
Oh, so you need to look something up in one of these law books, Mr. Nick? Which book is it? Which book do you need? I can't read those hard books in them. I can't reach them either.
It's okay, Pearls. Really. Anyway, let's talk to Pearls.
Hi.
Since there were no psyche logs, then that means you can trust Mr. On Guard to be innocent.
I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering. If he's the real killer, what then?
Hey, I have something I want to ask you, Pearls.
Okay, what is it?
Are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special going.
Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Maya were... I've been mistaken all this time? No way.
Ah, she really wasn't kidding. Pearls actually believes Maya and I are... Maybe I should have just left it alone.
Mr. Nick, stop it. Don't hide your true feelings from me.
Ow, she slapped me. She's about to whip out the psyche locks on us. Hold on, I gotta do this.
That's a door to sacred treasure, isn't it?
I guess.
I feel like it has a mysterious power, just like my Magatama.
Well, I guess I can let her think what she wants on this one. Okay. Let's head over to the detention center. The Hotel Empire. Yeah, no, that bellboy is an absolute mastermind. All right. March 21st, detention center, visitor's room.
Oh, the lawyer did. So what did you find out?
Well, I'm still in the middle of investigating.
I see. But I've already told you everything I know, did.
I forgot he has his own theme. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's so quiet, you could forget he was even there. If he wasn't watching everything. He's pushed up against the wall. Kind of like a magnet on a refrigerator. You hear him surfer voice? Hell yeah, I did. Look at him. Smile, you're on a candid camera. Mr. On Guard keeps sneaking glances up at the security camera on the wall. I wonder if he's still trying to be a star. Sorry, this thing bangs. I kind of mess with this thing. Alright. Can you tell me about your activities last night?
After I got the award, I took a break and went back to my room. I had that post-ceremony stage show to do. So I was in my Nickel Samurai costume.
And you were alone the entire time?
My manager was running around being busy, so yeah.
Because of the press conference you were supposed to hold after the show?
I told you, dude. I had no idea about any press conference, alright?
That's strange. I thought the Nickel Samurai was going to confess something.
Anyway, when I was leaving my room, that's when I noticed it was kind of noisy.
Mr. Corito was already dead at that time?
Yeah, that's what I gathered anyway from my manager.
We began to gather that this guy can't do a thing on his own.
And that's when the detective in the green coat showed up. He searched me and Then out of the blue, the dude arrested me.
About you and the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. What sort of...
That's got nothing to do with anything, dude. Man, with that face of his, you can't even tell if he's the same age as me. And he wanted to try and make a Jammin' Ninja movie, even though we all know it'd fail.
The Nickel Samurai still won in the end, right?
Yeah, I took the Grand Prix by storm. So why would I, the winner, have any reason to kill the guy anyway? Dude, you'd think it'd be the other way around, you know?
Maybe it was the other way around. Bam, bam. Jammin' Salmon Ninja. No, I was gonna say samurai because I'm just so used to everything being samurais. But you know. Anyway. Do you have anything to show him? Try this.
Dude, like I told you, I don't know anything about that press conference. I did that kind of stuff to my manager.
This is harder than pulling bass from a river. That's a Nickel Samurai. Show him the radio receiver.
So why are you carrying around that transceiver?
I wanted to ask you about it.
And why do you do everything it tells you to do? You know, the message it sends you, dude.
On second thought, probably doesn't have anything to do with Maya's kidnapping. That's a secret.
Okay, whatever, dude.
Also 5-star Splatana Wiper. Nice job, Zane. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's head over to... I guess Wright & Co. offices. Can I show her anything? Let's try showing her this.
There's just so many things in this world that I don't understand yet. Honestly, I still don't have enough training.
No, it's okay. I don't have any ideas myself.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Okay, I don't think any of these are really gonna spark any reactions. Unfortunately. Alright, let's head over to the hotel lobby. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel. Hotel lobby. I'm on Splatoon 2. I don't know why. Listen, sometimes you get the Splatoon 2 itch. It happens. Oh, God. I have to do her voice again. Oh, I'm going to at least hear a part about this episode. Her voice is fun to do, but it's really difficult for me. I'll get it. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I can do it.
Hey, kids these days.
There you go.
Kids these days? Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't come in without...
Good morning.
Hold on, it's you! What is going on around here?
Can all back to the next character to die? No, that's iconic.
Our poor Juan was killed. Is that true? It's a bad rerun. Is what this is. Another steel samurai doing the most evil of deeds.
You know, that's not entirely.
You know that I was a huge fan of Juan's.
It's like time will go by and it'll happen eventually. True. She won't be murdered, but you know.
Why? Oh, why? Do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like flies? It's always been that way ever since I was a little girl in elementary school. The class I was fun until I mentioned the other kids started calling me the Queen Reba. I swear, whatever it is, but that's this.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Dude, my voice is already in pain. Bow, bow. Sorry. Anyway.
Don't push me, boy.
Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast.
Miss Oldbeck, could you please speak a little slower? Are you speaking keyboard smash? What are you saying? Listen, say that. Ask her that, okay?
Come boss me around, you smacky-haired smarty pants.
Whatever, man. It's a stage that we're going to use for the post-ceremony stage show. After the show, there was supposed to be a press conference, but...
Even Mr. On Guard himself didn't seem to know that, huh?
How does the person who's supposed to give a conference not know about it? Tease to the spectators of the post-ceremony show and press conference. But it's too bad neither event is going to be held now. These cameras must belong to the press that came to cover the conference. They're all basically doing the same thing, staring at the empty stage. A lobby with a grand staircase always feels enormous. But right now, the only thing filling this enormous room is anxiety about the murder. I really hope nothing else bad happens here. Sorry, theme's good. Alright, let's look at the whole bag. I'm sorry.
Kids these days, why do you have a tiny Yago in that dreadful murder? And only recently did I finally find a song that makes this heart go ba-dump again.
I don't know what to say.
I ask you, what does every star I cheer for always end up kicking the bucket? And watch your words. No one is going to get him saying anything bad about my Juan.
But I haven't said anything.
I don't believe a word that woman says anyway.
Woman. Okay. Huh? What woman?
That irritating backwater girl with the afro and the horrible country accent.
It's a lot of hearts.
I mean, what is that manner of speaking supposed to be? She'd never stop. Honestly, women these days, they don't know the meaning of the word modesty. What else do you mean? It was beautiful. Even the flowers, but stations and press of flowers, or with the stars.
Pearls, are you thirsty?
A little.
Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something.
But thank you very much.
Hey, are you paying attention, youngins these days?
So I'm guessing Miss Oldbag heard everything from Lotta. I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder.
I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready.
Getting ready? For what?
The show, of course. Well, and the press conference afterwards.
Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference.
Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder.
Ah, I see.
But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly.
What?
I saw the most important moment of the night.
The most important moment? You don't mean...
Oh, so now you two want some respect, you disrespectful child.
I need to keep drinking water with her.
When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids these days.
Please tell me, what did you see? Oh, come the hell on. What? Oh, that's 4. Okay. Eesh. All right.
The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then, what murder isn't?
Please don't stray onto another tangent. Please.
If you want to hear more, let's just respect and bring the city a present.
Okay, this frame is way funnier. Boom, 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 boom. And she had Psyche Lux, but dang.
But please, Mystic Maya's life is...
But you haven't given me my present yet. Let's see. I'll tell you if you bring me Juan's autograph.
What an unreasonable request. You might as well have asked for the moon. All right, let's see what she wants. I'm not gonna give anything yet because I obviously have nothing to work with. But let's see what she wants. What you witness?
All right, I'll be honest with you for now.
Then please tell us what you saw.
But oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you youngin's expense. I am a little devil after all.
Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? All right, I'll give you what you want. So she wants the autograph. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. All right. Let's leave her for now. You don't have anything else to do here. Let's head on over to Viola Hall. lord. And she mistakes Juan for on guard. She'd be able to tell the difference. Come on. It's 4 because old shitheads are smart and know to keep it their way. You know what? You make a good point, Silver. You make a good point. All right, March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Looks like the investigation is still in full swing. The hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens.
I wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere.
Well, I gotta roll the sleeves and try, I guess. Oh, the lack of music is really...
That's such a beautiful sight.
The chandelier?
Yes, but I can't believe it. I can't believe such a terrible murder happened under such beautiful lights. It's shocking.
Sure is one luxurious hotel, almost to the point of gaudy, with how it blends together everything fancy imaginable. Speaking of fancy, didn't that bellboy give me something like that last year?
We had the table last night, didn't we?
Yep.
I was really happy then.
I wish I could make you smile again, even for a second. She's gonna be so sad. The awards ceremony was held on that stage just last night. It was really fabulous. I'm trying my best to stay awake right now. I'm gonna be too lazy to watch the stream later. Scally, if you need to sleep, go sleep. My stream is not that important. Pinky promise. The VODs are always going to exist. Anyway.
You just reminded me of the circus for a second.
And for top 500 in X rank, you'll be around 2300. I think 2400 for NA is top 500.
I wonder if everyone is all right.
I heard that Barry Big Circus just recently started holding performances again. I'm sure they're all fine, Pearls. Let's see. Ooh. They haven't cleaned up all the food yet. There's a sad feeling hanging in the air now that the party's over. All right, let's see. Anything else to interact with? There's a grand set of doors over there. There's the doors Maya followed the bellboy out of, only to disappear. If only we had all gone together. At least she's still alive. Alright, let's head over to the hallway. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, hallway. Takaroga's the other one, Silver.
Hey!
Sorry, I have to remember her voice. That was super off. Hold on. I hate this scene with all my life.
Hey! Yeah!
Oh, God.
Zooey Mama!
No.
Yeehaw! Hey, you here?
No. How did I do Lana's voice? No. Oh. Alright.
What darnation? Hey, you here? Been waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer.
No, that's so not her voice. God damn it. How did I forget? Lana.
Hey, Mr. Copfella, the thief showed his face.
What?
Arrest him, put him on trial, find him guilty, give him the death penalty.
But what's wrong, Lana? Are you feeling all right?
Looked here and there and up down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you hurry up and give it back to me, you creep?
What are you looking for?
My camera! My camera! It's my life blood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera.
God, I can't. Have you ever heard of Air Up Water before, Cody? No. Stop. We're not turning this shit into a sponsored segment. Dude, I desperately need to remember how I did Lana's voice. I don't know how I forgot. Alright. But what? I know what Air Up is. I know what Air Up is. And, I mean, it's cool, I guess. I like the taste of regular water, personally. Air Up sponsor for the Ace Attorney stream. Yo, Air Up. Yo, what's good? Can I get promo code Derpussy, please? Thank you. Anyway.
It's my life blood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera.
Oh god, hold on. I'm gonna lose it. I need to actually check how I did her voice before. Oh, I hate myself. How do I not remember? This is embarrassing. So he's sponsored by Derpy for getting his voice. Dude, I'm annoyed because I don't want to have the voice wrong. That's lame. If it don't sound like her, then what's the point? Oh, okay, let me listen. How did I voice her? Okay.
I was going to surgery and stuff.
I can do this. Okay.
It's without blood.
No, it still sounds bad. Whatever, I'll just continue. It's fine. Listen, I love doing the voice and I hate getting them wrong.
I'm going down without my $700 camera.
Dude, your camera?
Look, don't lots of people say the criminal always goes back to the scene of the crime? And looky, here you are.
Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. I don't know, probably sounds weird anyway. A new voice may be the best option, but I don't know. I have to give her a country bumpkin voice.
Country bumpkin?
Huh?
Yeah, let's examine. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I was nice enough to get a lend a helping hand. Secretly, of course.
I have a feeling one of these days I'm going to end up defending her in court. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Juan Corrida's room.
So that's the scene of the murder, I reckon. I thought something had gone on that night, but I didn't never think it was a murder.
Because like doing a female voice and a country voice at the same time is hard for me. I can understand the flowers in front of the dressing rooms, but what are stuffed bears doing here?
I didn't touch him. What you mean? I tell you, I give you my word.
Why do I get the impression Lotta helped herself to one of them? There's toilets in each room in this hotel. There's all sorts of events are held here. There are bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. Or for people like me, who can't afford to stay here in the first place. To Mr. On Guard from the Global Studio staff. Ah, it'd be nice if lawyers got flowers too. Something like, to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says, Matt on Guard's room.
So Mr. On Guard was here during his break, right?
That's what he claims. A crime scene. If he had wanted to get into Mr. Corrida's room, he would have had to pass through this hallway. So maybe Lotta's camera was like set up accidentally to take pictures of something again. I don't know. Let's see. So you lost your camera?
It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in the store and it's $1,600 brand new.
Huh? But didn't you say you bought it for $700?
I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store. About 5 hours, I reckon. I made this itty bitty scratch on it and the manager got all huffed up in the face. He gave me a talking to and was really mean about it too. He done made me cry after that.
When did you lose your camera?
Last night after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. That's when I lost sight of my dear, darling, expensive sweetie.
Lotta, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours?
I don't really know. I snapped a shot of anything that caught my eye. So I don't remember. And besides, I couldn't get anything for my big scoop.
I wonder if Lotta's missing camera is even connected to the murder. Lotta's camera, a very expensive item valued at $1,600. It was stolen around the time of the murder. Added to the court record. Imagine losing your camera, that's embarrassing. It has like a whole neck strap too. Like, how do you lose that? It goes around your neck. Just like, question mark. Nada, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder.
Well, before the ceremony, last night I was hanging around here in this area. Yeah, actually I was here until around the time Mr. Ongar was arrested.
What were you doing here?
You sure you went to school, city boy? We have a lot of hot goals. There's a sword to be found. A big scoop to be had.
A big scoop?
I told you before, I'm gonna be the best tableau photographer the world's ever seen. Reckon, of course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot.
I wonder if what scoop she was after this time.
Although, I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here. So maybe I wasn't here the entire time.
Lotta, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture for your big scoop?
Well, maybe I was, but that's what real journalists do.
I think I lost my home, but in reality, it's just my hand. Scully, you gotta wake up.
I got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof?
What kind of story was it that you would hang around here for? Oh no, I had a feeling. Oh, okay, it's only 2.
Oops, sorry, Mr. Lawyer. Can't be telling you that. Trade secret, you know?
Not again. Why does everyone have something to hide? That's what Leo got to shame.
You've been stopped, haven't we?
Yeah. Take that, Mr. Lawyer.
I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Lotta and your I rule smile. You were on the hunt for your big scoop last night. Finally, you're on the good case. All the cases are good. Come on.
Just a bunch of tabloid photos. They ain't got nothing to do with the murder.
It looks like we have no choice but to remove the psyche locks.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, let's see what she wants. Big scoop. Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you lording around the victim's room?
I told you, didn't I? For my scoop.
What I want to know is, what I want to know about the details of this scoop.
That's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter.
All right then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm going to say that you were looking into a scandal. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Han Kurita and this person? I'm tempted. But I will not answer this yet. I'm gonna look into it first. Just to be safe. All right, that's all we can do for now here. Oh. Let's go into the rooms first. March 31st, Gatewater Hotel, on guard's hotel room.
Where are we?
We're in Matt on guard's dressing room. This is our client's room. May I help you with something? Oh, whoa, that's a woman. Never mind. I'm not keeping that voice. Where?
You're Mr. On-Guard's lawyer, correct? I gathered as much. I also look for lawyers on my end, but to no avail.
How did you know I'm his lawyer?
You were just saying that he is your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer.
Wow.
It's a simple deduction, really. This trial is tomorrow, and Mr. On-Guard's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here, when stopping your mad dash to find clues to build his case, correct?
Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either.
It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick.
I am Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business.
All right. She may be of small stature, but appearances can be deceiving. All right, let's look around the room first. That's the bedroom over there.
That's a bed? Wow, they have a really big bed here.
It's probably Mr. On-Guard's suitcase. For someone who's only going to be here for the award show, there's a lot of stuff. Looks like he had about 3 days worth of clothes in here.
Stars really are different from us, aren't they?
Also, chat, don't laugh at me. Shh. There's some samurai-looking clothes on the sofa here.
I think that jacket-looking thing is called a happy.
Whatever it is, I'm sure something like that would make a great souvenir. Also, Dylan, look at a shame. I would be absolutely thrilled. Sucks she isn't here. Oh. Alright. There's a giant bone sitting on the plate.
I don't really like meat.
There's something weird about this plate. I just wish I could put my finger on what it is. Looks like dishes left over from dinner. A dinner for two at that.
I'm sure they were Mr. On Guard and Mrs. Andrews' plates.
Looks like they had a T-bone steak. They had T-bone steaks. What's with Global Studios and T-bone steaks? That's what I'm saying. Speaking of which, the only character we haven't seen from that case in the last game is Penny. So I'm wondering where she's at. All right. Let's talk to the lady in front of us.
I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Then I will tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. On Guard. In this very room, I might add.
Dinner? What did you eat?
I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me.
I bet she's a lot of fun at parties.
When the award show was starting, I headed for Viola Hall.
And after the show ended, you came back to this room?
No, I had some small errands to run. I helped with the preparations in the lobby.
Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess.
When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. On Guard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Kurita.
And that's when you found his body, isn't it?
You really held strong through everything.
Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So, about you and...
Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. On Guard and I are related, are you?
Sorry.
I had no idea how he could choose you as his lawyer.
Why does she have to go and say something like that?
Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, okay?
I already gave you my name earlier, but I'll add that I'm Mr. On Guard's manager.
See, I concluded that. Phoenix is slow. That's not, he ain't quick like me. I'm kidding. His manager. Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Kurita, have one?
No, he did not.
He didn't.
Global Studios is a very different policy from Worldwide Studios in that Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to the stars.
I see.
The agency is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner. Dragging a little girl like her to places like this. Honestly.
You're wrong. I'm doing this to help Mystic Maya.
Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, all right?
Mm.
I didn't think I could show her. I'd like to ask you about this.
I told you, I hate trifling matters. It's always a waste of time to show me things that are of no relevance to me.
Wow, this is the first time I've been shut down this badly. You were the one taking care of the arrangements for this press conference, right?
Yes, that's right.
But Mr. On Guard said he didn't know about it.
Is that what he said?
Huh?
Actually, I didn't know all the details either. It was a request from the publicity department. All I did was help out and do what I was asked.
Oh, I see.
I wonder about that. I wouldn't take her to be the type of person to do something without knowing the details. Honestly, kind of true. Alright, she doesn't know anything about this. Is there someone I can show her? Maybe her. Nope. Did you know the victim, Mr. Kurita?
Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place after all.
Did you know about his rivalry with the Nick Samurai?
Nickel Samurai.
Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die.
I got a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Garita was killed. Do you have any ideas?
As to?
As to why Mr. Kurita was murdered?
How would you ask me about such a thing?
I'm just doing my job, so do you have any ideas? Another one? Oh, brother. Miss Andrews?
Sorry, but there's something there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation.
Is it a Seki lock, Mr. Nick?
Yes. There's getting to be more and more of these lately. You know something, don't you? About why Mr. Kurita was murdered. Why are you asking me? Don't tell me you can see inside my heart. No. Maybe. Hasn't been any hot characters to this whole game yet? Come on. What are you talking about? No, but I can see the locks you have on your psyche.
If you don't move for locks.
Yeah, it's worthless to even ask. How is I have like no evidence. Alright. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding these things? Didn't you realize you were putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions?
Why do you ask such questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita.
You were not that close?
That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person.
You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. Interesting. Alright. I want to examine this plate one more time. Giant bone sitting on the plate. I think what's weird about this plate. I just wish I could put my finger on what it is. That plate's gonna come in handy at some point, but I can't do anything with it right now. I'm gonna try this present as well.
I asked to become Mr. Engarde's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition.
Mr. Engarde does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told.
He's always saying, my manager, right, Nick?
Well, I feel like the only place we can go left now is Kurita's room. What the hell? March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, Kurita's hotel room.
Mr. Nick, where are we?
We're in Mr. Juan Kurita's room, Pearls.
Mr. Kurita?
The victim. Which makes this a crime scene too. Oh, it's you! Hi, Steve! Give me a moment. This is the hottest character in the game, by the way. Anyway, sorry, chat. My apologies. He got me feeling some type of way. Anyway, so what happened? The kidnapper, has he contacted you again? Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Engarde's acquittal. You doing okay, pal? Hang in there. I just want Maya to be all right. We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to help you as much as I can, pal. Can you do that? Even if you want to look around the crime scene? Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know, but you've got to keep quiet. It's my neck on the line here. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I got you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy.
Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you.
Wouldn't want you to get lost in a hotel too big for its own good.
Mr. Nick, I got a map.
That's great, Pearls.
But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says.
Hotel guide map. Map of the Gatewater Hotel around the crime scene. Added to the court record. What happened to Maya? Maya has been kidnapped by a mysterious butler who called her over to take a phone call that was addressed to her, apparently. But now we have been given this walkie-talkie of which we are able to communicate with her kidnapper. We have not heard anything from him since the initial kidnapping, and our goal is to prove our defendant innocent in one day, or else, she dies. All right, let's look around this place. Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, the guy who kidnapped her looked like he had a freaking big zipper going down his body.
Wow, there are a lot of bears.
Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have?
There's even a few in the trash can.
Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like the bears.
Poor teddies.
It's hard to bear with all these problems. I don't think I want to bear what the trauma of the last case caused me.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
I'm like dizzy after doing that bit, by the way. There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator.
The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty.
Empty? It's too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. They're all vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut.
Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too.
Maybe red was his favorite color? Does he like bears so much? Because he's a closet furry. I mean...
It's so messy here.
Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it.
There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please.
Okay, that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist.
I know what a watch is.
Oops, for a second there. I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. Aw. Sorry, the theme smacks. Wasn't he Freddy? Yeah, I think he wanted to be Freddy Fazbear. All right, it's a suitcase. There are so many things in it. I bet that it barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator.
Do all the stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Kurita?
Can I slide? I can slide. I can tootsie slide. All right, nothing here. I don't think. You looked at everything on this side of the room. I don't know if I tootsie slide it in the other room. I should probably do that real quick. I'm gonna do that actually, just before I forget. I don't think I checked. I cannot tootsie slide. Okay. Let's go back to Kurita. Oh my lord! What was he doing? What was he doing with? What was he doing with this one? What was he doing with this one? Hey, yeah. Anyway, this one was watching too. That's crazy. Anyway. Looks like Mr. Kurita had dinner last night.
This bottle is tomato juice.
They had a lot of food at the award show last night, but I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this.
So that's a bed, right?
Yep, it's big, but it's a bed.
Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft.
Big beds must be a rarity for her. That's so cute. Pearl is so adorable, man. A Robo Bear? Are you serious? Okay, what happened here? This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable.
That's strange. The guitar is not here.
Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show?
But Mystic Maya, she said that the bright red guitar was the Gem and Ninja signature item.
That's true. Huh? The guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid.
Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it?
Guitar case. Found next to the victim. Empty, but there's some water. Oh, but only on the top of the lid. Added to the court record. I ate the guitar? That's crazy. That does not look like water. It looks like blood, but it's because like the wood is stained. I get it. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant.
What are these bits of glass from?
A flower vase, maybe? There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are.
You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick?
It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it.
Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it that much.
There's a bottle on the table over there. That's probably where this came from.
But doesn't it seem weird?
What seems weird?
I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor.
She's right. The flower vase was broken, and the makeup is strewn everywhere.
Why is it this glass the only thing that's still alright?
Wine glass found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. No sign it's been drank. Added to the court record. Okay, that seems like something important, but sure. I'm looking around just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I want to make sure I grab every little smidge of evidence, because right now we're like working with table scraps at this point. I need more. Like, you already surveyed the entire room, and I feel like I still... Oh my god, it's Mr. Grizz! I feel like we haven't seen anything. Okay, hold on. What is this one doing? Oh, brother. All right, let's talk to Gumshoe, the goat. Do you know what the cause of do you know the cause of death? Whoa, I can't talk.
Well, technically, the final autopsy report isn't out yet, but one look at the victim should tell you, pal.
It should?
Yeah, here's a picture.
There's a knife in his chest.
Yeah, pal, that's the murder weapon.
So he was stabbed to death?
They're looking at the fingerprints out of the lab right now.
There were fingerprints on the knife?
Yup. Looks like they're pretty sure they're Mr. On Guard's prints, pal.
That's bad. Real bad. Crime photo added to the court record. Photo of Juan Corrida's murder scene. All right. Why was Mr. On Guard arrested?
Because we had evidence on him.
Evidence?
It looks like the victim, Juan Corrida, really put up a big fight.
Yeah, one look at the crime scene, you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere.
Well, yeah, during the fight, his button came off.
Mr. On Guard said something about a button. Something like one of the Jammin' Ninja's buttons got caught in his hakama. Ugh.
But that's not all.
What?
There was a witness, pal.
A witness? Who was it?
That lady, Miss Oldbag.
Please, anyone but her.
The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. Not to mention there's something around it where the Vic...
What?
There's something around where the Vic was... That's a little off.
What? Oh, the victim. Saying that's a little off. As in,
that's for you to figure out, pal.
Alright, let's try and figure it out, Mr. Nick.
all right, so let's present the glass. That's probably what he's talking about. That's not the button. So, about this wine glass.
Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched.
You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe? Ugh.
No, actually, Miss Von Karma noticed it first.
Yeah, Pearl's noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So, does that mean Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel?
Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going to be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here.
Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. Oh.
Well, what's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick?
I've heard this sound somewhere before. Oh, I thought it was the walkie-talkie.
It's Miss Von Karma.
Huh?
For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops out of nowhere and whips me.
Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened the last time.
So sorry, I've got to make myself scarce. Later, pal. Yow!
Oh, God. Oh.
You're Mr. Phoenix, right?
Would it be too much to ask you to be nice to me for a change? I was a little dummy all gonna stream.
So you're the type to steal information from the pitifully hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Ow! Hey, don't you dare run away, Scuffy McTrenchcoat.
Ah!
I didn't think the detectives of this country could be this pitiful.
Ah!
Detective, come over here for a second.
Yow!
I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment.
He was so scared, he just froze up on the spot.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forgive that. This time, victory is mine.
Victory is yours. Is that all this means to you?
Well, what? Come, Scruffy. The investigation briefing is about to begin.
Yes, sir.
This isn't over yet. I swear on my family's honor.
Ow, what did she throw at me now? What is this?
Well, I guess this means I gotta head back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever need me, come down to the criminal affairs department, all right? And if you can, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you.
Okay. I'll take a quick look around since Detective Gumshoe's gone. Maybe there's some new stuff we can do.
Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper?
It's called an autograph.
Autograph?
The paper's got Mr. Kurita's name written on it, so it's his autograph.
I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen a writing that looks like this.
It's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here, see how it says "to my dearest Wendy" in more normal letters here?
Did this not be unreadable writing? It's crazy and cool to give this to someone.
True. I'm sorry, dude. Cursive's stupid. I hate cursive. Hold on. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. Mr. Kurita's autograph added to the court record. Juan Kurita's autograph to my dearest Wendy is written on it. All right. Let's see. See, this is why I checked. Always worth checking. And see if we can Tootsie Slide and check the other side. Anything new? I don't think there's anything different here that I can interact with. Alright. Step back into this room for a second. No. Alright, I think our best course of action is to go March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall.
Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you?
Ah, Mr. Powers, have you been here the entire time?
Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave.
Alright, let's take a look around just in case. Anything new? Alright, let's give him a good old talking to. Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show?
Okay.
I might go call this Splatoon easier to understand than Russian cursive, because one is words and the other one is drawings.
The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's a sequel to the Steel Samurai.
I see.
This time, there are three Samurai brothers. Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course, the Nickel Samurai. It's a love why in new old Tokyo.
I see. Wait. A love what?
A love why. This girl Sayo works at the tea shop, and all three guys fall for her at the same time.
Oh, I can see it now. The girl's in the middle, and then the Y. Okay, I see it. Oh, I guess the Y shape is kind of like the three butters colliding over this one girl.
Anyway, Sayo's actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader.
Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet ×3.
Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, Pearl?
But what happens next? I want to know. Miss Sayo, does Miss Sayo fall in love? She does, doesn't she?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m.
I'm going to stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater Studying this week.
I can't believe she's really considering it. So what's the Jammin' Ninjas TV show like?
It's started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the Samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's a story of a ninja who can't scale a wall but became a big pop star anyway.
What?
He was a really lousy ninja, absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy could he sing. With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm.
She fall in love every Sunday at 8 a.m. Sayo dear, it's time for your falling in love appointment. A ninja with a bright red guitar?
And then the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Masola. Jammin' versus the Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jammin' cold the night before Battle 3.
Oh, that's too bad for him.
Yeah, but this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearl?
Well, what happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja. Will he be able to sing? What about Princess Masola?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m.
Which show should I watch?
I can't believe she's really considering it. Alright, is there anything I could show him?
The guitar case. That was Juan's.
I'm guessing you've seen this case before?
It's pretty famous by now. It stands out because it holds the bright red guitar.
The bright red guitar, the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. Sorry.
Man, the guitar is so important. How could he forget it for the award ceremony?
That does seem a little strange. He didn't have it during the stage show. That is true. Let's see, what else can I show him?
So sorry. Thanks for taking the time to take it out and show it to me. But I'm really sorry, I don't know a thing about it.
Alright.
They called it so suddenly that something about it just seems off, you know?
You mean the press conference?
Yeah, he said, there's something I'd like to confess if I win. I heard he faxed his request for a conference into the office only yesterday.
Yesterday? Yeah, that is kind of sudden.
But I guess his manager set everything up somehow, so he was lucky.
Nice manager.
I can't believe it. A kidnapping.
Do you remember what the person looked like who gave this to you?
It was that bellboy, and I didn't suspect a thing because he looked like such a normal old man.
Oh, he isn't in the record. Never mind. Normal? Zipper Man looked normal to you. Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway. Old man, huh? Trying to think if there's anything that stands out here. Aside from the fact that this is like a kitchen, this is like an eating knife, which is like notably not sharp. There's something about this scene that looks weird at first glance. Nope. All right. I don't think there's anything to do at the moment, unfortunately. I really wish there was, because I feel like there's something I'm not presenting to him. Let's look at the people.
Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little.
You wanted to date? I almost said something else. You wanted to date? You wanted to rizz up? So Miss Powers likes this type of woman. But what do you know about Miss Andrews?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her, you know? There's sort of a small rumor going around about her right now.
A rumor?
If you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know.
He's so happy. He looks like a lion that just found his next meal. Finally, someone who doesn't want to like make us bring them $1,000 a kitten and take over the moon for them just to ask what they did last Friday. Like, my lord. Would you mind telling me about this gossip?
So you are interested in it. I figure you would be.
Yeah.
I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip too.
Oh, really? You too, huh?
Yeah, so take a look at this.
Looks like a tablet Miss Oldbag would read. All right, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful...
Oh, sorry. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. You see now, don't you?
What?
You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Paul Career didn't have a manager of his own. Which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA...
Adrian Andrews? Dude, Phoenix is like super slow this episode.
Yes, exactly. It's big news.
Miss Aaron? What is that from? It seems kind of odd, that woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client.
Oh, it's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people.
Mr. Powers looks so happy.
I was just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling.
Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure.
That's crazy. That's so insane. Magazine clipping. An article from the tabloid Gossip Land. Added to the court record. Alright, I think that's all we need to get out of him for now. So let's head back over to the hotel lobby. And not yet. We're going to head on over to Wright & Co. Then the detention center. Is there anything you can show him that's new?
Dude, I know I like to throw money around, but it's not like I buy anything and everything.
That's nice because it's not up for sale anyway. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but okay. What do you think about this article?
If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it.
And that's it?
That's it.
Seriously? You little shit? Can you say more? No, I already said that. I don't think here is new.
That's my manager. Did you meet her?
Yeah.
What do you think? Strong woman, right? And she takes good care of me.
You're such a mama's boy. That's crazy. I don't think any of this is that important. Yeah. Yeah, because she's your babysitter. That's what I'm saying. All right, nothing of note here. Let's head down to the precinct. March 21st, police station, criminal affairs department.
It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here.
Great. Not even Pearls is calling him Scruffy. Thanks, Francisca. They said something about an investigation briefing earlier, huh? Why don't we come back and try again later when they're done?
Okay, I guess that's all we can do, right, Mr. Nick?
All right. In the meantime, we can examine. This must be the chief of detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen.
What? The Hero of Heroes Award ceremony? The grand prize got away from the Jammin' Ninja again?
Didn't you be reading something more important? A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad.
Oh, it's kind of cute. Mr. Nick, what is this stuffed animal's name?
That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's the precinct's mascot, you know?
Oh, wow.
I'll get him a signed mascot of every police station. It's the last thing I do.
I hope you succeed in your mission, sir.
There's more stuff to look at. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, but a lot tighter than I expected. I guess detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
A break and spit it out, you low-life scumbag. A turkey sandwich. Don't you eat ham every day? Get sick of it or something?
He must be doing image training for interrogations. That is going to be a recurring bit. Get ready for it. Alright, I feel like we might be ready to take on Old Bag Psyche Lock. We have her autograph at the very least. So we can get past the first section. Let's do it. Oh Lord, I forgot it was that big. What you witnessed.
All right, I'll be honest with you for now.
Then please, tell us what you saw.
But oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you youngins' expense. I am a little devil after all.
Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want.
That's Juan's autograph.
Yes, it is.
And it even says to my dearest Wendy on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldback, so that Wendy has to be, right?
Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it.
Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please.
I can't let you have it just like that.
Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange?
What? Wow, she must really want this autograph.
My house is good enough for you. Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. When you go back, ready to open up your heart. Offer my dearest one.
What the hell? Yeah, this game is a big. That's crazy. Unlock successful. That's crazy. Bro, she cracked in a second. Dude, she's like, fine. We take those, baby. All right, autograph given to Wendy Dearest. All right. Lockpick 100, it seems. True. Me when I see Splat merch.
I feel bad for you now.
Huh?
I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room.
You're kidding.
Oh no.
It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business. I had a big shit in my butt.
And did you tell that to police?
Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe.
Oh God, my voice is breaking for it really fast.
A gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more.
Gift certificate?
I've been recruited. I've been recruited again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty.
But Miss John Guard hasn't done anything bad.
I don't care about details like that. I know he did. He did my poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow bitty chicken.
A yellow-bellied chicken? I want to know what that would look like.
I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say you did it.
What did Mr. On-Guard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. On-Guard do to you to make you so...
You don't know?
Sorry. My bad. I need to have my occasional dance breaks because I love Ace Attorney's OST. It's really good. It's like genuinely, I love this game's music. Anyway, hi Joltabye, welcome to stream.
That guy, he framed my Juan.
I spat so much, my lord.
He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan.
Mr. Nick,
Well, what is it?
what's a scandal?
Oh, I'll tell you about it after we get home, okay?
But Juan, let us straight by the wiles of that vile temptress.
Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean?
Ack. How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about?
Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shot the girl on Juan on purpose.
The girl onto Juan? Oh! His own manager, but why?
I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan to a scandal that dragged his reputation to the mud.
Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag?
I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's something I don't know.
And do you have proof that Mr. On Guard did what you say he did?
Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so.
Oh, yeah, of course, a tabloid.
Next week, does that mean it's something people don't know about yet?
Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it?
Hey.
I guess we have to show her something next, right? Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Alright. Nothing there. Let me see. Nope. I don't know if we're gonna get any more information out of her. I really want to. I think either of these characters should be put on trial, but whatever. Alright. Let's head over to Beale Hall. I think I've done all of the talking we can do for now with you. I feel like next we can do her psyche lock. I think we just got the information we were missing. 2 is a bit more manageable. Alright. Big scoop. Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room?
I told you, didn't I? It was for my scoop.
What I want to know about are the details of this scoop.
That's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter.
All right then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm going to say that you were looking into a scandal. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Corrida and this person?
This woman.
Sorry, wrong voice.
This woman.
That was wrong, but whatever. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt On Guard's manager. Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it?
You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. You can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup.
Backup?
Yeah. You gotta have that. Now, what's it? News source?
You mean news source?
That's it. To show me something that shows that Juan guy had something with Miss Andrews.
Well, we know what that is, right? It's our good old magazine clipping. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah! Miss Corita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Miss On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Miss Corita's door last night. Ah! That's Usagi Lux down, boys. Unlock successful. You were looking into Mr. Corita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you?
You got it.
Sorry.
You got it. I was gonna give myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting.
But there's already an article about it on one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. These Psyche Locks are much easier than others. I have a feeling the last Psyche Lock is what's actually going to trip us up. None of the Psyche Locks in general, what I've started to realize is they aren't difficult. You just have to be patient. You have to like really dig through literally everything you can do before trying a Psyche Lock, just to be certain. Because you don't want to go in without enough information. That's what I was tripped up the first time I saw Psyche Locks, is that I was like, I didn't know how much I needed to do before I had the info. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's no longer breaking news. Also, welcome to stream. I love this specific case. This case has been a banger from start. And I don't know how it finishes, but you know, that's what we're doing.
What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? There ain't no proof of nothing. People gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. That's what I was doing, getting photos.
Oh,
I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. And spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story.
Wow, Lotta. Nice journalistic integrity you got there.
I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know? But
We still haven't found our camera.
the paper I wrote it on, my note to self it's gone.
Your note, sorry.
your note to yourself.
It was not the case of my $1,600 camera. They don't run off together. I came here for my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's your people now, anyway? Never thought I'd see the day when someone would done steal from me.
You really want that note back, huh? Got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Lana's camera, stolen the night of the murder. Tabloid article about the victim was in the case. Updated in the court record. Is there anything I can show her? Just in case. I don't think she has anything else to show us per se, but you know. No. Herm. Nope. All right, I'll do one more thing. No. All right, let's head over. Where do we even go? No, nothing here. I don't know if I'm ready to take on her Psyche Lock yet. Actually, I can start it. I at least know I can make it past the first section. She has actually 4 locks, I imagine. Motive for murder. Why was Honkarita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. On Guard's life in danger by your own actions?
Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita.
You were not that close.
That's right. I've never been that good at being intimate with another person.
You're not that good at being intimate with another person. Somehow I highly doubt that. On second thought, I don't think this is enough. I need to look more. This plate is still annoying me so much. All right, let's go back over here. Because I don't have anything new. don't think there's anything new I can show her. Let's go here. March 21st, police station, criminal affairs department. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal?
Why the blunt greeting?
Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about.
What do you mean by that?
Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are all right, are airtight. Not right.
But we can't just roll over and die. We had to stay positive. Oh, hold on. I told you. I see one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
Freeze, police, everyone against the wall. Hands where I can see them. Hey, what are you doing, Gumshoe? They're hands, not yours.
He must be doing image training for arrests. I'm gonna do that dialogue every time. It's so funny. So, what do you mean the evidence is airtight?
I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces.
2?
And both of them are in this photo.
That's true.
The first, the button that's missing from the victim's chest.
That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard.
Yep, found it in the fold of the Nickel Samurai special pants.
And the second one is?
The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're mad on guards.
Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony?
It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag.
I thought so.
What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal?
Well,
I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone.
her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves.
The scandal with Mr. Kurita? But why?
Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impacts. And she was Han Kurita's manager.
The victim's manager?
But that's not all, pal. Miss Impacts and Mr. Adrian Andrew's mentor.
Oh, was Mr. Adrian Andrews' mentor. My bad.
She taught Mr. Andrews everything she knows about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case?
Do you want to know more about her, pal?
I would love to. Thank you.
She was the victim's manager, and she was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide. Now the two are linked together by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but...
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss...
Miss Montkarma!
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't mean...
I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's...
Well, wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll start...
So sorry, Gumshoe.
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you.
I know who this is. I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
Who?
That voice. Edgeworth?
It's been a long time, right?
This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Franziska.
Ooh, yo, this sprite goes hard. This sprite goes hard. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it! You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are.
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way. And let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You!
You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
Keep your subjects to yourself! I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory.
Still the same wild mare she always was.
The absolute goat. Are you serious? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
Hang in there. You'll be okay, buddy. You're not injured that badly. Now hang now, listen. Hey, Gumshoe, Gumshoe, Gumshoe!
You must be doing image training for when a fellow officer is injured. Alright, let's talk to the goat. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick?
I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Aren't you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with the information.
So what is going on inside his head? Why does Phoenix Wright hate Edgeworth? Was he a prosecutor the last game? Yes, Phoenix Wright was, or sorry, not Phoenix Wright. Edgeworth was the main prosecutor for all the cases in the last game. For episodes 2 and 3, as well as 5, but 5 isn't really factored into the story that much. Whatchamacallit? Edgeworth was the main prosecutor and the adversary to Phoenix, but over time they grew closer and closer together and started working closer and closer together to find the truth. In episode 3, they worked together to catch D. Vasquez, and in case 4, he was accused of murder and worked together with Phoenix Wright to get himself proved innocent. Which is very cool. So they're good buddies, even though Phoenix is a little salty that he up and faked his own death. You know?
A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of von Karma.
1 year ago, you cannot establish guilt in the few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? Do you think your motivation for prosecuting trials is so selfish? It'd be better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. What? Bro, where is this coming from? You piece of shit.
I see. And let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, with Franziska, she almost always says,
I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me.
the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. to save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy or someone like you, Edgeworth. Bro, where did listen, I do not, he does not represent me. He is not my lawyer. I do not associate with this guy.
It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I've yet to learn. Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
I think I can present him.
I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you show me, Phoenix Wright.
Still a suck up as ever. Let's see this. Nope. I'll just present everything. Just to make sure. Hold on. No, I thought he'd say something about it.
While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it.
Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Wait, are we talking about Grossberg?
Refreshing? What is so refreshing about a spring breeze?
Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year.
There's an interesting rumor about this man.
You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? That's pretty common. That's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it?
I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found.
Not enough. Let's see you next.
Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself.
A secret?
You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her.
Dude, give me something, please. I know you're cool and all, but like, I need more. Okay. Who else is involved here? No. Gumshoe? No. I showed him pretty much anyone of relevance. Hold on.
This woman is another key to solving this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celise Impax died.
But her death was ruled as suicide, right?
Yes.
That's not Freezy worked his He didn't fake his death. He just worded it. He just worded the note really poorly, I think. The thing is, everyone thought he was dead. So at the very least, he was perceived dead. So a lot of people were taking it as he faked his own death, including Phoenix, which is probably why he's so goddamn pissed. But he probably did just word the note really poorly, like an idiot.
But there's still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
It was her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh?
Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impact even had written such a note?
There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim? God, this is like a... Eek. Like I feel bad. Hold on, I'm just gonna... That's not even... I need some like strong blur on this one, Chief. Hold on. Like... there you go. I kind of feel bad for showing that, I'm not gonna lie. Ag. Skelly, please, can you like a little bit, at least have a little bit of decency. It's not that funny.
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Corrida hit his own manager's suicide note, but why? Don't worry, she's just floating like Max Galactica taught her. You guys are awful people.
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1. Suicide report. Deceased Celeste impacts. Found by Juan Carita. Was her suicide note hidden? Added to the court record.
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2.
2 parts.
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name. It's Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
Pro, you are too young. She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside.
Miss Andrews, dependent. Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Oh, hold on. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts.
And
why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live.
lost her will? But why would she...
Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why.
But why would that...
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person whom she can trust absolutely. And when she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
And that's the nature of her dependency on others?
When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
It's all facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible. Attempted suicide report. Attempter, Adrian Andrews. Reason, shock from Celeste Impact suicide. Added to the court record. Jesus Christ. Whoa. Okay. Let's show this to you, I guess. Actually, I don't think you would know about this. Whoa.
What's wrong?
How much do you know?
What do you mean, how much?
Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you will keep yourself out of my personal life.
No, I would never.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep.
You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard?
Mr. Nick?
The Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow, I get the feeling she's very important. She's a very important person in all of this. He's just flat out gone, bro. You're in a room. This kid is taking a turn. You don't say. This has been an insane everything, honestly. All right. No, that's the wrong room. Let's bust down this psyche dock. Shall we, boys? Oh. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, on guard's hotel room.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Francisca von Karma.
Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so...
You've got some nerve following me around.
Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls.
You're always following after that detective with the little beard.
Me following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl.
Well, what's that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move.
So that noise you heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews!
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
All right. What are those two talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
I'm waiting for me to interact with the plate. The plate. I want to know what the plate has on it. Anyway. Well, let's see if she has anything new to talk about. All right, no. You know something, don't you? Mr. Creato's murdered? Okay, we've seen this already. Rap battle right now? Shut up. All right. I think we're ready this time. Motive for murder. This is like the third time I've read this, but whatever. Why was Juan Carita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions?
Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers?
The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Carita. Shut up, phone! Shut up, phone! You were not that close.
That's right. I was never that good at being intimate with another person.
You're not that good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Carita had an intimate relationship, did you not?
A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you're not half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
Well, it seems like quite a few people have already bought into the story.
As to be suspected in a world filled with crooks and liars.
Note to self, stay on her good side.
In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that.
I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone?
Me, need to get close to Mr. Carita, as if there was ever such a need.
Didn't you get close to Mr. Carita for this person's sake? Ooh, I don't know this one. I don't know. The only person I can think of on top of my head is Celeste. Celeste Impacts, your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Miss Impacts, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Carita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Carita so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid.
But Miss Andrews...
That there was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Carita.
Juan?
And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Carita.
I've sat quietly and listened to your
into your insulting ramblings long enough. I almost said insulating.
It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care for what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste's impact was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through it too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
So stop!
When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that,
I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
you must have heard about this police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Garrido of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
But what do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again?
It was...
Oh, sorry. Ugh, I'm getting the voices mixed up in my head somehow.
It was... Why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Garrido dead.
Me?
Miss Impact was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder?
Yes! I was getting so nervous. There was still one lock left, and I was like, please, please don't require me to get more evidence, please. Oh.
It's true. I am a woman who could only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all of that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone.
I'm sorry.
You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you?
Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth.
After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Garrido. Celeste. Without her, I became scared.
Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Garrido to recover her suicide note, correct?
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it?
Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
If they purposely add fuel to the fire, they would keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me. That's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so.
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If you'll find out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live.
All right, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's overthinking. She's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first.
Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding?
Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Or not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be rare. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I'll leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands.
I want to see what's on the plate.
Anyway. Oh god, this case is like both hurting my brain and like has me like on the edge of my seat, sort of. Like oh my lord. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, hallway. This investigation period has been long, my lord. Well, I think we've got it all about all we can.
Well, what about Mystic Maya? Is she all right?
Dude, imagine if I tried to do this the last stream. Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all of this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh, no. I'm okay. Really. I'm fine. I really am.
You don't look fine to me. I'll take a quick scan. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. Why was that a... Oh, I guess Pearl isn't here to interact with it. I can understand the flowers in front of the dressing rooms, but what are these stuffed bears doing here? Could it be that there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Nah, can't be. Alright, I think... Oh, there's still some more. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Juan Carita's room. Juan Carita. His name just sounds like a star's name. I've heard it before, but I don't know anything about him at all. That's Cap! We literally know so much about him. What are you talking about? Okay, whatever. Let's go. Viola Hall. I don't think there's anything. Let's share it. Yeah, woo! Anyway, let's go to the hotel lobby. Nothing of note here. Let's go to criminal affairs, I guess. March 21st, police station, criminal affairs department.
There's no one here. Everyone's gone. I don't know if the three of them went to eat together.
I don't think they'd ever do that. They're probably in yet another meeting. You know what I gotta do? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
Can't dig through the cereal box. Can't dig for the prize. We'll lose sight of the target and ruin the cereal.
He must be doing image training for a stakeout. What? Okay, sure, man. Whatever you say. Let's go to the office, I guess. March 21st, Wright & Co. Law offices.
So, what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact's suicide note?
That's right. She's also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Oh, it's for real this time.
Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
Hello? Wright & Co. offices?
Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone.
Maya, where's Maya?
As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
You.
Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished.
But what?
So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, Maya, let me hear her.
Very well.
Ask my
Maya, is that you?
sis. Ask my sis.
Maya! He cut me off.
Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis, what does she mean by that?
Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one.
So sorry. Ah! Mia!
I have a message from Maya, so come. Ask anything you want about her.
Oh, wow, they're like, nah, you gotta do this. How's Maya?
She's safe. For now. That kidnappers want to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know?
As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. And I got as much information about her surroundings as I could.
I didn't know you could use a spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like?
I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drunk there.
And?
She didn't see the face of her attacker.
Ah.
Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her.
When you were with her? Date, time, location, all unknown.
No, I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, it's each the only way to go. I had to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
Okay, this is such a weird POV.
Chat, it's locked.
I have to remember, I'm like messing up Maya's voice. I've been doing Pearl too much.
Oh. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door.
It's called shimming.
I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see.
I'll get to you in a second.
What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. These, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty.
Alright. Let's grab the card.
Huh? Someone dropped the card here. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it! This shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
To be continued. What an insane cliffhanger. We're going to the trial? Okay, we still got 2 hours left in stream, so we are booking it for this, but let's take a nice brief intermission. We have taken in a lot. Dude. Oh, this case is so crazy. Oh, my lord. Oh, this case is insane. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This case is crazy. Oh, my lordy lord. I forgot you gave her that awful voice. Listen, I love giving Maya a silly voice.
It's funny. What can I say?
Anyway, a lot has happened. Wow. As a recap, Oldbag is our witness for this murder. She saw Matt on guard leaving Juan Carita's room shortly or around the time of the murder. The knife that was inside of Juan Carita had the fingerprints of Matt on guard, and so welcome back to the play. And one of Juan Carita's buttons off his costume were found wrapped in the folds of Matt on guard's outfit. Furthermore, we know that Miss Andrews, the manager for Matt on guard, while she didn't commit the murder, did have like a possible reason for the murder. Basically, she was attempting to be in a relationship with Juan Carita to, what is it called? The blade's a little too strong. To like kind of get on his good side and find out more information about the suicide of of his old manager and her mentor. I forgot her name because I don't care. Because she dead. Their suicide note is still missing, and Miss Andrews suffers from crippling anxiety and has tried to kill herself in the past. And Maya is locked in her room. Celeste Impacts. That's what it was. I knew it was. I knew the name Impacts. I had the name Impacts in my name, but I can remember. It's Impacts. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't matter. We'll see later. I'm just trying to like stomach all the information because it's a lot. It's honestly a lot. Back to the crime scene. Seems to be a very massive struggle inside of Juan Carrita's room, but for some reason, interestingly enough, on top of his dresser, while the rest of his items were knocked off, the one thing that did remain was a glass of tomato juice. Completely untouched, which is very, very odd and out of place. It seems like Matt was almost offended by the fact that we knew information about Celeste Impacts, which is very interesting. Anyway, I'm done talking. Let's get into this. Let's see how it goes. All right. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Adrian did it?
That's what it looks like.
Dude, no way. That woman can do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there is someone out there trying to very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, all right? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand.
Well, it's...
wait, I actually don't know what this is.
Well, it's... sorry.
It's almost time.
Mia?
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
No. It's him. This is Wright.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Wait. The kidnapper sent me a present.
Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that?
No one. It has nothing to do with you. So forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
March 22nd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor.
Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has. This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What? What? Bro, what in the literal... What? I don't know if I'm laughing or shocked. What? Skill issue is crazy. Go, what? What? Shot?
Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
His present?
Miss Von Carr is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be your advantage.
That this is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she all right? I don't have that answer. Sorry. I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. Yo. I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Ah, it's been a while since I've seen this man at the prosecution desk. Ah, feels good. Yes. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I've looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. A Christmas miracle. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness's stand. Yes! Sorry. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
Poor guy. For now.
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is gonna be one very rough fight.
Yeah. It would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Witness testimony. Bare facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carino, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room.
Yes, sir. But the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination. Bare facts of the case. Alright, we press everything. As per usual. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. And then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, Detective. The victim found agreed to son dead in his hotel room. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah.
Who is this Adrian? Sorry. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're speaking about?
She's the defendant Matt on Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir.
Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir.
I see, and that's when she found the victim's body. Looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered. The cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Carito was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention will be drawn here, to this bandana.
Where? Banana.
His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Then, what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
Wait. We have a crafty murder on our hands here. Juan's autopsy report. Time of death 8:15 p.m. Cause strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Added to the court record. Okay, instantly what my brain is thinking right now is there is no, like, even if Matt stabbed him with a knife, there is no proof that him stabbing him, like, if he did not die by the knife, then him having his fingerprints on the knife does not matter, because that was not the murder weapon. The murder weapon was strangled with a scarf. He died by scarf. The stab with the knife didn't matter, one, because it's a goddamn eating knife. Do you know how blunt those knives are? You can't cut skin with them. You can't stab people. They're literally rounded at the end. Anyway, sorry. At first, they thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere with this bright red guitar. We couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
That's... Oh, then how about this theory? I found really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Bro, the judge trying to cook. They'll not let this man cook.
We thought of that too, but...
He said, banana. This guy's such an idiot. But...
The only fingerprints of the guitar case were the victims.
But at the water? Water can't wash off fingerprints. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then. Guitar case, empty, but there is some water, but only on the top of the lid. Bears Corita's footprints. Fingerprints, not footprints. Updated in the court record. However, we found that later the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you that it had nothing to do with the case?
The guitar wasn't at the Gaywater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
So you mean he had forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was out on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So that guitar case is empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that's enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe. Please testify about this matter.
Ugh.
Yes, sir.
Witness testimony. Why arrest on guard?
Matt on guard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's murder enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja's costume and found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. And the defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knives used in the stabbing.
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Knife bears the victim's blood and on guard's fingerprints. In the grip, Gatewater is engraved. Knife added to the court record.
And there's this button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, wasn't it? And is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What? Jammin' Ninja's button added to the court record was ripped from his costume, is covered in Kurita's blood, found in Angar's hakama. I am instantly confused, but not confused in a way where I don't know. Egg. That looks like an egg. It does look like an egg.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, Mr. Wright?
Huh. I'll find a hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Ugh.
Cross-examination. Why arrest on guard? Okay, my instant first thought is... there's blood under where the button is. So how did the blood get on top of the button? The button must have been pulled off beforehand. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to press everything as per usual. They were huge rivals with each other. But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not?
Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Kurita was always one step behind Mr. On Guard and everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown.
But Mr. Kurita lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That's too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
I also... okay. Wait, just 1 second here. Mr. On Guard was beating Mr. Kurita in the popularity polls.
Well, yeah, I guess, but...
Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective?
It's not, well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
There it is.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
That's so crazy. How do you say that to the boy?
Eh? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. That's...
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
No!
Now, Detective, let's continue with the testimony.
No, not my poor pension too.
Detective! Sorry. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Do you have any proof that the button belongs to the victim?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Huh? Can't you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it.
Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
All right, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in.
Thread.
Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match.
That seems like such a pain.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal. Ugh.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat.
Alright, so this other ninja costume found in Mr. Onguard's Hakama. When this button was found... Sorry, when was this button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Kurita. And then we did a search on them all. That's where we found the button.
So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people.
Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? Then his fingerprints are also found all over the knife. How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the bumbling of this apartment.
Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, Mr. Wright? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There's no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So the defendant is the owner of this knife then?
And then brought the knife with the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. There's no way this is a premeditated murder, even if you bought the knife.
Sorry, pal. This is a pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either.
Well, this is not good. The prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder. What done for?
Phoenix,
Yes?
there's something very interesting about what the detective just said now. Think carefully, before it's too late.
A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with Encart's fingerprints.
Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would already pounded his gavel in closing.
We're still in a world of trouble.
Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix?
Okay, you press everything. All the dog has been read. Instantly, my first two catches are he was having a meal with the manager. That's what explained why his fingerprints are all over the knife, because he kept picking up and putting it down or whatever, right? Second of all, more importantly, this button was over where a blood stain was, which means this button was removed after the stabbing. I don't know. There's something weird about this button. Very, very weird about this button. Because if he was choked, then the blood would have spilled. There's no blood to be spilled onto the button. But he can't stab through the button. I don't know, man. It seems a little weird. I just have to figure out what to present this on, is my question. As for evidence, is the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the costume and found in guard's home. Comma. That's wrong. Your Honor, that's saving the conscience. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother. I know what it. I know what's wrong. I just don't know what to string together. Oh. Ugh. Uncovered the victim's of a knife with Encart's fingerprints. There was something interesting about the last statement. Let me read this over again. There's no way this is a premeditated murder, even if you brought the knife. Sorry, but this is some pocket knife. Something about the knife. Ugh. I'm so ridiculously lost right now. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Let me look at this picture. Oh, I'm shitting the bed so bad right now. Oh no, I don't know. I already presented the picture twice, I know, but like, okay. My main things right now is that this button is bugging me to no end. I have no clue. Button covered in the fingerprints. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I want to read the last statement, please. I'm gonna lose my mind. There's no way this is a premeditated murder, even if you bought the knife. Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. It's not something you can walk around with. You know what I didn't do? I didn't review the evidence. Let's do that. This is just the Nickel Samurai. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. Doesn't matter. Stolen the night of the murder. Tabloid article written about the case. This is... Don't think this matters at the moment. Map of the Gatewater Hotel around the crime scene. Empty. There is some water, but only on the top of the lid bears Kurita's fingerprints. Found next to the victim. It's filled to the juice. No sign it's been drank. Photo of Juan Kurita's murder scene. I am to believe that this photo is not what I need. These I won't need yet. Strangle with a scarf, then stab with a knife. I'm gonna fail like off the bat. This is ridiculous. Oh, brother. Oh, no. My brain is like, well, why did he bring the knife? He was just gonna strangle him with a scarf. Like, ugh. Okay, I'm gonna fail on purpose because I just realized what it is. I think. I'm gonna just reset my meter. I'm gonna reset my meter. Sorry. I burned so many attempts already. I'd rather just reset the meter, but I think I know what it is. I'm just none of that made sense to me is the problem. Absolutely none of that made sense. And I'm honestly still not even that confident I know what it is. Brother. Mm-mm-mm. Dude, Edgeworth's little like theme they added for him coming back is such a sick theme. Alright, call examination. Time to press everything because I have to. Ugh. My brain is telling me like, okay, you didn't buy the knife. It's from the Gatewater Hotel. But that seems a little stupid. Honestly. Alright, I need to get all the evidence out of this. Doo-doo-doo. Give me all the evidence. He was strangled by the bandana. He left his guitar at the studio. I think now we're on to the next part. Yeah, here you go. Oh. All right. All right. Defendant bought the knife for the crime. No. I feel like I'm stupid. But here's the thing. Hold on. Shut up. Here's the thing. For me, my brain read brought and not bought. I'm stupid. Wait a second.
What?
So the base of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant.
Did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater. I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means that this murder was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big. But what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know.
Oh.
The question is, where did this knife come from? Well, why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corita's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered, with that being the case. I'd like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There's a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard.
Ah, that's what was missing.
Especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on Guard's knife was missing. Mr. On Guard had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning.
It's actually one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints. Sorry. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button with the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honest time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown.
He needs evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well,
Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here,
that gavel of his will be bringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Let's think. There's all the Adrian Andrews stuff, but this isn't important for the most part. Like, it isn't relevant to the case yet. This is already information. There's the wine glass, which hasn't been shown to the court, technically. It is something that both the prosecution and the defense do know about, though. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try your pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
Mommy, I want my house. I want to go home. You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
It's none other than the wine glass.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. I was confident I knew what it was, Silver. Don't worry. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. But, well, what do you all have to say?
Ah, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it, Your Honor? Your opinion? You don't need my opinion, because there's no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It says that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Can Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? What kind of question is this? If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might
fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What? Oh, this theme! Oh, this theme goes so stupid. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is like one of my favorite themes, deadass. It's so good.
Ah, you're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then,
Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
fingerprints.
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one?
Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews.
What? Wine glass found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. Bears Andrews' fingerprints. Updated in the court record.
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Garita. And upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Well, wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution is yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Richard thinking?
He's getting overconfident. He's getting cocky. Are you serious? Oh, no.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Ugh! There you go. Come on, headphones. Stop sucking. All right, there you go. I can hear.
Hey, gotcha. These kids these days.
Sorry, I gotta get her voice in my head again. Ugh! I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Archie boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with the testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the wicked witch of the witness's stand?
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that I don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Oof.
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madame. No, please. By all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, the witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hard-headed nowadays. Not that I meant at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you are a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well, please. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Archie-boo.
Such a freak. What a freaky frog. Witness testimony, what you witnessed.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something that I was interested in finding out, you know? Well, I was on the job. I managed to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was that man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On-Guard came out of the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
My head hurts. Here we go, boys, my lord. Cross-examination, what you witnessed.
Anyway,
I don't have to read this again. I can just do it. At the ceremony, I went to his room. Mr. Obeck, what was your post on that night?
the lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help out, you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. Heh, even I took a few of the nails. I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing that the show didn't go on.
Besides, I managed with the class seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's why you went down to hang around the victim's door? Something I was interested in finding out, you know. Something you were interested in, and just what was that?
It's not some little thing I can go around telling everyone you know. It's some secret between me and Juan. And Edgypoo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can have it appended to a testimony later.
It looks like we should enforce it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, okay. Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
Wait. I thought it was a gag. Oh no, it's true. You don't even know her own age. That's crazy.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct?
And then someone showed up. It was a man coming out of 412. Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room. He was...
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say it out loud.
Oh, what I would give to have Franziska's whip right now.
Well, I guess I could tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway.
I was bad on guard, trying to sneak his way out of his room. You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yes, see?
Really?
And knowing Brett when I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Oh. She didn't see him, did she? She saw this. Huh. Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really? As if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket.
Oh. He was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's fit for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Humph, men.
Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to bad mouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
She's so sure of herself that it's almost the point of self-absorption.
She may
Sorry.
not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
That's bad for us. Really bad.
But that's how human mind is. It tells us the tendency to jump off topic. She shared out to a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she?
Oh, God. I'm messing up her voice now, of all things.
But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right?
That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Anyway. We all know it was the button. Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
Ah! It's button number 2 on the Java Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Put the goddamn ray gun down. Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants.
See? See? And on guard is a nickel samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you just say the defendant, Matt On Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear.
Oh, God.
There, you'd agree this how it is hideous, right? I'm gonna take my card stuck in my chest, let me tell you. It's heavy, so heavy, I wish you would see these edges go, but I keep, and you will have all the kids out there. I'm gonna turn my face to short and sit. Now take a look at the mirror. Your clothes are better as it's stuck, but no curling. You should take a trip for 10 for energy, boo.
Holy shit. I'm running out of water. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the nickel samurai.
What do you think about it? They're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy boo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. Witness testimony, who I saw.
On guard. Yes, now I remember. The nickel samurai, that's right. It was a nickel samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear this costume during the murder. He had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was 7.1.
Oh, my head. I knew it. I knew you say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngin' there. I know there's no way it was anyone else.
Huh. How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as a delightful witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Ugh. Oh, my head. Cross-examination. Who I saw. On guard, on guard. Yes, I now remember. Would you please get on with your testimony?
Humph! Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take to with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs.
What?
A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone as he, is the Nickel Samurai.
She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, please I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts.
Okay, you promise, right?
Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
Remind me to send you a thank you note for later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was Nickel Samurai that I saw. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said that he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not?
Not too long ago. Let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream?
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I, wanted to be a Judge Wagner, hero of the public court. So what?
See? And look who you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you?
Well,
What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
since when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
All that matters is the man that was inside the costume. Isn't that enough?
Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear a costume in the murder. And why would that be?
That way no one can see his face, of course.
But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more.
You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say.
Isn't that what you're always doing to me?
I got it. He was more troublesome for him to change it out of his costume.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show?
Well, other contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing.
And that included the Jammin' Ninja.
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway.
Okay. So let me ask you this one last time. The person you saw, it really was a Nickel Samurai?
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw it in the towel yet?
You don't need to think too hard on this one.
Huh?
There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us.
Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Wouldn't you want to have a staff with him? Like, wouldn't the staff be a way easier murder weapon? That's what it comes to mind. I don't think this matters yet. I'm gonna keep the photo in mind. The map of the Gatewater Hotel. Empty. Smarter, but only on top of the lid bears for his fingerprints. Wait a minute. Hold on. if his... But his fingerprints were on the knife? I don't think this has anything to help. Got it, boys. Please take a look at this.
Yeah? So it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it would work.
No, no, no. That's not my intention at all. That's enough that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? What the... Mr. Ongar, if Mr. Ongar was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all of previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there's one possibility.
Now let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as a Nickel Samurai. At the time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard of that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Theme. It's so good. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? There's no intent. Was there an intention? Can I think of one? I can't see any real problems with this theory.
But if you let Edgeworth's theory stand, then we're on one very large step closer to a guilty verdict. Look at the court record again and take another shot at it.
Yeah, I just have to think about it one more time.
Mr. Wright, please make your decision soon.
When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Why did he bring the knife? Is what I'm thinking, right? The knife was brought with him. Is an established fact. He brought the knife with him. There's no reason for him to bring a knife other than having, like, an intent to kill, right? That, or it's the gossip thing. And he might have gotten, like, pissed about it. Alright. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. Well, what are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. This knife, this is used by Mr. On Guard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. Ugh. And one more thing, if the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Which is very true. Like, it's so obvious already. Order, I say, order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course. To frame? Aren't you enforcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? Ugh, I messed up his voice a bit there. We just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Ugh. Witness.
Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Angie-poo?
Ugh. Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai. That's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. All right then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
If it's who I think me is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting around for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Oh, I'm painfully lost right now. There's only a few options, obviously, right? There's Matt On Guard. It's not Han Kurita. And there's also Adrian Andrews. Adrian found the body, so I'm pretty sure it's just Matt On Guard. I don't really see why it'd be anyone else. Sorry?
What are you talking about, Phoenix?
Sorry. What are you talking? No.
What are you talking about, Phoenix? He could have waited until the next century and this would have never appeared.
Ouch, busted. Guess there's no fooling her. You two, what do you think you're doing floating in my courtroom? That's crazy. You weren't doing anything like that. Honest. Well, back to the drawing board on this one. Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting. Oh, it's this. Oh, I understand. Okay. I knew there was only two options, but I didn't realize what the reason was for this yet. She knew about the scandal or the gossip or whatever. That's the gossip that Edgeworth mentioned that he didn't bother listening to. That was a secret reason. That's why. Okay. I see it. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
What witness? What in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you, youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Witness testimony. Secret information.
That old god is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know it yet. Okay?
The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't this a saying? The truth is ever pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth this article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, and this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
This means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Sorry, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. The old back seems rather excited right now. That's right. I got his nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Ugh. Well, as the old saying goes, gotta burn old bags to fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. What kind of dumb metaphor was that? Cross-examination, secret information. Onkar is one evil man. You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander.
But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA.
But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossip Land.
What? Are you saying that gossip is all just a pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose that you'll swear to me that the news is 100% truth.
Too political.
Ozzy says you can't discriminate between the news and gossip.
Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright.
Discriminate? When did I do anything like that?
Anyway, a guy will never get me to say touche.
A scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in school these days?
No. I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much.
Well, I don't got that he could prove he could own a monopoly on popularity.
Now he sent his own manager to get closer with Juan. You don't have any proof that Mr. On Guard did any such thing.
You must be suffering from shock, the shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you have so much shock, you can't do anything right.
You're right. I can't do anything. But boy, do I wish I could do something about you.
All right then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that the Algar didn't bear any ill will towards Juan?
Let's see here. You prove that Ongar didn't bear any ill will towards Juan. Honestly, I don't think I can. I'll be real with you. I don't have anything to offer.
See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. just give me a free pass to whatever I want, silly boy.
Me and my big mouth.
That's the way the cookie crumbles for you, anyway.
Such dirty tricks, so I took action. So, what do you mean by I took action?
Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once the slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson, something you youngins need.
You were going to teach her a good lesson.
I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this.
No, stop.
Well, it was too bad that the woman didn't come through the door that night.
Even though you knew she was downstairs, but okay. Wait.
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a poo. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drew the hole into my brain, you'll never find it out.
How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information? I'll press further. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got the secret information, you won't get to go home today.
Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me.
Ugh. What do I have to do with this?
Just do this for me. You'll get your reward.
I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering. As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning. Where did Oldback get her inside information? There has to be something I can use to figure it out. Sounds like it's just another tidbit of gossip, doesn't it?
But you can't just ignore it either. It makes your client look bad either way.
Well, I don't think I heard anything really out of the ordinary just now.
There has to be something you can catch her on.
Yeah, and when I find out, I'm going to press the heck out of it. Okay. Right now, the main thing I'm thinking of is the camera. Tabloid article about the victim was in this case. So I want to present this on... Can you not? Let's press first. We'll skip past all this. Instead of pressing further. So, no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
What are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing. On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
Well, what? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Ah, that's it. That's a note.
No, you see, there's something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-headed whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on God. She said so herself. And God, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smelling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you?
Ugh.
I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match with your vintage wine.
That's bars, bro. My lord.
Well, I suppose only a piece of paper. I suppose you can overlook this just once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Ugh. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct?
Since it's stole, why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I see this piece of paper for the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it. I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility on scrutiny again?
Miss Old Bag. I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night. Oh, I almost pressed present on my badge. My lord. Miss Old Bag. That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She smelled really bad. She kept saying something like,
My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me.
Why? Witness!
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Ah, that's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still need meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's what I noticed. It said, Slam Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. When I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
No, put this old lady down, please. That's what I'm saying.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry. You must examine them at once.
Whew. That's what I'm saying, Scully. Someone gotta put this old lady down.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai.
See? I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Lotta's photo. Picture taken in the hallway right after the murder. This is the third time our goddamn photos come in handy. Or maybe not. Added to the court record.
Well, what does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. On Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
We have to look at this picture carefully. Picture taken in the hallway right before the murder. What do I have to see here? Let's okay, hold on. Let's compare this to the picture of the Nickel Samurai we have. He does not have his spear. Waves, rope, ponytail, arm, jewel. Okay. My only thing is, where's his other arm? But I think I see it, sort of. I can't pick out anything just yet that I don't understand. The only thing I don't see is that he isn't holding the knife because he can't pocket it. That's all I don't see. Oh wait, that's stupid. The knife is in the body. Never mind, I'm literally stupid. Really don't see anything wrong with this picture. The only thing he doesn't have is a samurai spear. This photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I will put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lana took. There's... First, to establish this, these flowers are the same flowers outside of Juan Carita's room. So he's walking away from the room. He's missing his samurai, his samurai like spear trident thing that he carries. That's the only thing I can see. Problem is, there's still prints. There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming. Right. Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
For the sake of time, I am going to save. I am absolutely... I'm not doing this again. Well... I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now then, let's hear your objection.
Where did she take this photo from anyway? It's an interesting detail. From the perspective, this is being taken... This is being taken from the perspective of, I want to say, on guard's room. The strange thing is somewhere around here, I think.
Somewhere. Around here.
I think.
Am I seeing something you go or not?
It looks like there was no problem with this photo after all. The problem was with the brain of that lawyer, Your Honor.
But wait!
You are the one who let your last chance fly away from you, Mr. Wright. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard.
Yep. I have to think. I don't know. I really don't. Is this person here? Of course.
You mean the Nickel Samurai?
Was that freaking line about the angle a red herring? I hate that.
And what is wrong with that?
At the time of the murder, Mr. Ongar was in his own room. Which means this Nickel Samurai is a
If you think that's all it takes, you should reconsider your choice of occupation.
Ugh.
I think it's about time you retired. It looks like there was no problem with this photo after all. Problem with the brain of that lawyer, Your Honor.
Well, wait.
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial.
What do I... Hold on. I don't know, man. Oh, brother. Oh, Lord. I honestly, I'm lost. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. I don't even know what I did.
Well, what are you pointing to? His ankles?
Hold on. I don't understand. Is there something different? His feet isn't visible. Oh. His feet aren't visible. The camera angle obscures that. Aha. Oh. I just clicked on something random. If you can see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And? What does this mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. All right. I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you've proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who's the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
Almost put it in my freaking badge again. I think we all know it could only be one person.
Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. On Guard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is that you want, Wright?
After this now, this is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Ugh, my voice is like slowing down.
Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has had a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena? I'm assuming it's subpoena.
For Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without her first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we are set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
Well, what am I supposed to do? They're just about to adjourn the court.
Now then.
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews. Oh.
Question mark?
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would save his way to subpoenating Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man?
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would look over Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please defer your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
To be continued. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. What an absolute mess. But that is going to be it for today's stream. We have done a lot of Ace Attorneying, almost 4 hours worth. This case is absolutely insane. Edgeworth has come back. There's been a million twists and turns. We will be continuing this. I don't know if we'll continue this next week, because next week is Big Run, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at the calendar. Next week is Big Run, so I'm not 1,000% sure we'll continue this next week, but I can guarantee you the following week we'll be back with more Ace Attorney, because this game is getting really good. It's already been really good. The game has always been really good. I love Ace Attorney. If you guys missed any part of the stream, I'll be chaptering it shortly after this. In the description is the playlist for both this game, Justice for All, and the last game, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you want to catch up, if you're not caught up already, I should probably head over to this screen because I'm ending the stream.
Duh.
There's so many events happening every other weekend because the weekend's the perfect time to hold events. Anyway, I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching today's stream. I hope you guys had fun. I always have fun streaming Ace Attorney. It's such a good game. I will be live again on Sunday for Splatoon. It'll be a little, I don't know if you'll expect it, but it'll be Splatoon. It'll be Splatoon. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, whatchamacallit. If you guys enjoyed today's stream, drop a like down below. So that's what like button's for. If you guys enjoyed the content, including Ace Attorney, subscribe, because that's what subscribe button's for. Bell icon stuff, Twitter and Discord down below in the description. I will see you guys in the next stream, because I'm done wasting your time. I mean, I thought I wasted your time. I hope you guys have fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.